Welcome back to the channel. I am OCG. Today we are back in Way of the Hunter on Nez Perce Valley on a hunt for some whitetail. I hope you guys enjoy. I've been slowly creeping my way into this forest here, and where we're at is right here in Small Paws, checking out that herd that we've seen several albinos in. And I wanted to check that herd before I cycled because it is day 3. And I want to cycle it one more time, and we'll recycle the system there. But I hear whitetail, and they're close. And there they are. I also thought I might have heard some mule deer nearby, but I'm not quite sure. And it kind of sounded like they were over this way, but it might have just been the way I was turning made it sound that way. Don't you dare, spook. Don't you dare, spook. Okay, I don't know what we have. I can't see them. So what we're going to do is hit him with a high fitness, obviously. And see if we can get somebody to move. Instant reaction there. Call back instantaneously. What I would love to see is an absolute beast and a half albino. Am I going to see that? Probably not. Probably not. Looks like we got a big boy coming in, but I don't know how big he really is. Doesn't look too big. I know I said on Saturday's live stream that I was going to be live on Friday. I lied. I forgot that I have to help my mom paint her house on Friday. So we will not be live on Friday. We'll be live on Saturday, though, for some Way of the Hunter, of course. So if you're seeing this video before Saturday, which I believe is like September 19th or something like that, I have no idea, somewhere around those lines, then I hope to see you in that live stream. Not quite sure what we're gonna be hunting yet. You guys usually vote, and I usually put out the post a couple days before we go live. So you guys head over to the community tab and check it out. Man, his brow tines are almost touching. I almost want to take him just for that, because that's kind of cool. We have had one in the past. I don't know where he's at. I don't know if he's a trophy mounted in my lodge somewhere, or if he's just been taxidermied and he's just sitting somewhere. But we did have one. I don't know if it was a whitetail, but we did have one that had their brow tines touching. And I think we had, I want to say it was an elk of some kind. Might have been a red deer, where their entire rack was so far together that it looked like they were touching. You could probably, I don't know, slide a hair through it. This guy's old. If you look at his brow tines, he's actually lopsided, which is probably why they're, he might not be. I'll say that might be why they are touching there, but I don't believe they are. But he is super old, so I'm going to go ahead and take him. I don't think he was going to make it past another stage. And by the way, we're rocking the 700 CDL. Absolutely beastly of a gun. We messed around with the Valkyrie. I think it's the 224. I think it's 224. In the live stream on Saturday. Last Saturday. And that gun is also insanely beastly. Heart shot. I'll take it. I'll take that shot every day. That's a pretty nice rack, I must admit. What are you, 6x6? 12 point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So he is a 12 point. Wouldn't have made it to a 5, I don't believe, but we're about to find out. 84% mature, 3-star. He would not have made it to a 5. He might have pushed to a 4 if we left him alone for one more year, but I think he was going to die based on that coat right there. That is insanely gray. Almost spooked them. Did not realize they were going to be right there. I mean, I kind of figured they're going to be down here somewhere. If you're wondering where we're at, we're still in Small Paws, but we are on this pond. This is a stream. Most definitely not a pond. Gave up on those guys, never could find them, so I figured I'd run down here before they started moving out. Looks like they've already partially started to move. It sounds like there's a couple more down here. So I'm going to wait for them to calm down a little bit. And we're going to give them a couple of calls here just to bring them out. I think on the next one, we're going to do that without a call. So we'll see how that goes. Sometimes it's really difficult, like right now, right? I can't even see any of the bucks. All I see is the doe sitting up there. Did just see something walk through here, but I don't know what it was. Looks like it's a buck. Is it a good buck? Not really. He is old. He would be a taker. Alright, let's hit him with a high fitness here. See if we get anybody to move here. So far, I've only seen the two, which is interesting. Oh, there's a third. There they go. Not look like a very good herd. Does not look like a very good herd whatsoever. We might just go ahead and pass on this one and leave the old guy. Yeah, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pass. At a new spot. This herd right here. I know they're in front of me. I just heard some doe calls and some buck calls. They're somewhere down in here. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get over there. We're not using a collar this time. So I need a really good line of sight. And I think that's the best spot I have right now, because if I try to peek this corner, if I try to peek over this hill, there's a good chance they're like right there, and they see me and spook, and I don't want that. So I'm heading over that way nice and slow, because again, I don't want to spook them. And hopefully I can get eyes on them from there, and if so, hopefully we have an absolute giant. Now, I have an idea that I kind of want to try. And it's, I want, like, my next... Oh. I don't like that call. It's a doe call. I don't like it. My next 3 or 4 videos, maybe even longer, I want to focus on just one animal. And the reason I want to do that is because, like, for example, whitetail, right? I want to get an albino 5-star whitetail. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I literally focus on whitetail for a while. Because every time I go back to whitetail, there's a good chance I missed one already. Right? So, I don't know. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, if that's a good idea or not. And it's going to be for any, like, 5-star that I'm missing. That's big game, not small game. We don't hunt small game on this channel. It's just not something I like to do. So, anyway, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm going to head over that way, hopefully get eyes on these guys, and hopefully take one out. Made it over here. The only problem is they are not in sight. I think they're behind this hill right here. It's really hard to tell. I keep hearing twig snaps. Somebody's twigging. And I also hear some calls, but they're mule deer calls, and I think the mule deer are over that way. I think what's twig snapping here is the whitetail. Now, the problem is, again, similar to what happened over there. If I crest that hill, they could be literally right on the other side of it. And there's a good chance I spooked them, like, instantly. There's a good chance I spooked them before I even get to the hill. So, I'm not sure my best approach here. I could go back and go down, since now that I know they're not there. I could go down that path and see if I can spot them over there. There's the mule deer. Somewhere over there. So, I don't know. I've got to figure that out, or I could just prone my way up into the hill and on top of it and hope that I can see them that way. That's the more risky route. At the same time, they could be underneath this dip here and I just can't see them, right? They could be underneath that and I just don't know about it. So I have no idea where they really are, and I'm just gonna have to pick and hope I pick the right one. I think I'm gonna prone my way in. It's gonna be a little risky, but I think that's the way I want to do it. Well, there's the mule deer. We're insanely close to everybody here. Closest one's about 68 yards. And I don't know where these whitetail are just yet. They're quite literally right over this hill, I'm pretty sure. And I'm moving so slow. It's taken me an hour to move from where I was. An hour in game to move from where I was behind me to here. So slow. Try not to spook these guys, because it's a distance thing in ranger mode. It doesn't matter if you're quiet or not, really. But if you move inch by inch, it doesn't trigger them to spook. You can get really close until they see you, and then you're really in trouble. So I'm barely moving here, and I'm just gonna keep doing that until I get over this hill, and I can actually see what we got down here. Just gotta keep an eye on these guys, because they'll be my first warning sign. Because they can actually see me. I think I'm to the point where I can see them. There they are. Yellow! How you doing, big boy? How you doing? Don't you worry about a thing, alright? Yowza. Oh man, I don't know if he's gonna be a 5. I think he's gonna be short of a 5. That guy's pretty big too. It's a pretty good herd right here. Look at that. There are 3, possibly 4 in the future. Absolute monsters over here. That was worth it. That was worth the long crawl over here. Even just to look at them. I think this is the biggest. Oh man, is he? That's a really nice rack, man. That's a really nice rack. He's definitely oldest. This guy's got some life left in him. This guy's pretty old. I saw a little bit of brown on that guy's neck. This guy has none. That guy probably also really old. That guy don't know about. I mean, he's young, but I don't know about his rack. Don't be teasing me, elk. All right, buddy, I need you to stop, like, right now. Yes, 700 CDL, boys. 700 CDL. Got the job done. Good shot. Good shot. Nice rack. I don't know if he's gonna make it to a 5. Man, that's a nice rack. Looks pretty good, boys. He looks pretty good. Don't think he's a 5, though. Just don't think he quite made it. Could have been a better shot. Would have liked to hit the heart, obviously. Gonna be a 4. I'm gonna be a 2. Gonna be a 2. Wow. Oh. Wait, what? Did I shoot the wrong one? I shot the wrong one. That's not the one I was after. That's not the one I was after. No. So, I guess what happened when they went behind the tree, the one we were looking at ran up and this guy ran down. And it made it look like he was the one I was after. So they swapped places. Ugh. Of course. OCG luck, boys. OCG luck. RIP in the comments. Just to sell. Well, well, well. What do we have here? First of all, why is there blood there? And that's a lot of blood, so that's definitely a kill shot. So, I don't know what's going on there. But, that right there, my friends, is an albino. Okay. We also have a pretty big boy in there. Now the question, is his genetics carrying over into the albinos? I don't know how old the albino is. I don't know that either. Ah, boy. We got a lot to figure out. I also have a pretty decent mule deer right there. Not too shabby, boys. Not too shabby. However, this guy, I have yet to figure it out. I don't know if he's lopsided. I don't know if he's big yet. I can't really tell. I think this guy is lopsided, so I'm hoping his genetics didn't carry down to him. But my guess is he's going to be lopsided. I don't know if I can shoot through that fence, so I'm just gonna go around. I'm waiting for this guy to turn around. I'm just slowly been moving my way up here, trying to not spook those mule deer. Alright, that's the best look I've gotten of him so far. He looks symmetrical. He is symmetrical. Okay. Okay, it's a good sign. It's a good sign. Oh, maybe not. Maybe he's not. Oh, he's so close. I think that the brow tine right there might be slightly off. It might be symmetrical. He's really close. Right now, I think he's a 2. I don't know how old he is though, right? Is he lopsided? I think he has 2 different racks. I think this left side, his left side, my right. That side over there is definitely lopsided. So yeah, that guy's lopsided for sure. That guy's not worth taking just yet. Man, I say it. I just don't know how old he is. I don't know how old he is. You can't tell on albino because their fur does not change colors. It doesn't differentiate between young and mature. Young and mature. So, I don't know how old he is, and I have no clue if I need to take him yet. I think the only way I would... Ooh, wow, I do not want to fall right now. The only way I'd be able to tell is if I swapped over to a lower difficulty and used hunter sense to get an idea of how old he was. I think that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it. Now, I think what we're going to do is cycle. We're on day 3 now. I have cycled a couple times. I say cycle. I moved through days a couple of times as we were going down here. We are now in Black Fox Range, right on the cusp of it. So what I'm going to do is go back to the camp here. Yeah, that camp, it's closest. And we're going to sleep. By the way, if you missed any of our live streams and missed hearing me talk about our idea for campsites, let me go over that real quick with you, because I think it's a really good idea and I think it needs to be implemented in the game. So, the campsite idea would be you get to carry around a single campsite. There's 2 different variations. You get to carry around a single campsite that you can place one time. When you place it, you can sleep in it to cycle through the time, right? So if I didn't want to go back to camp, I could place one right here, sleep through the night, and then go out for another hunt. It's a one-time use. It disappears, and you have to go buy another one. That would use your money, because I have 420k. Like, I have nothing to spend on. So that's another thing you can use your money on. The second option would be... Sorry, we're just sitting here. I guess we can look at these guys. The other option is you get to place down tents permanently. You have a certain number, kind of like Call of the Wild, but you cannot fast travel to them. They are literally just for you to sleep in. So if you go, for example, if I wanted to hunt these 3 herds right here, I can put down a tent right here. I don't have to walk that far, right? If I want to sleep. If I'm hunting these 3 herds constantly, just going back in cycles, I can put down a tent, sleep, and then I can go to these guys. You know, something like that. I think that needs to be in the game. Anyway, what we're going to do is go back to camp and cycle the time. We'll hope he's still alive. He's still alive. He's still alive. Doesn't look much bigger, to be honest. Got 5 on one side and 5 on the other. That guy's definitely lopsided. So he's still alive. Doesn't look too much bigger than what he was. I think he can go a couple more cycles here. Really do. We're going to leave that on a cliffhanger, though, because, like I mentioned, I think it's a good idea that we focus on one animal at a time for a while. So maybe the next 3-4 videos are Whitetail, and maybe this is the guy that we get for our 5-star for all we know. And maybe it's only 2 videos, because he might be a mature time we get to him next. But we're going to leave that on a cliffhanger, and we're going to go ahead and take this guy out, because he is definitely lopsided and needs to go night-night. But hopefully you guys agree, and we can do that, and I think that's a really good idea that we should try. And I ask that you let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, if you think that's a good idea, that we should focus on just Whitetail for a couple videos, or something else like that. We'll obviously cycle through as we go through them. But obviously, I just want a 5-star of every type that I want to get, not small game, like I mentioned before. So the first one that I want to get is a 5-star albino Whitetail. That's the goal. That guy very well could be it. This guy, though, most definitely is not going to be a 5. I believe he is really lopsided. He is left long, not too bad. 2-star, 62% mature. Just to sell. I really hope that guy's got better genetics. Anyway, I think that's going to be it for this episode. If you guys want to see more videos like this one, check out these videos right here. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please head down and hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to leave a like and a comment. I like to hear from you guys, and I really do appreciate all the support. Hope you guys have a fantastic day. OCG out.